Hi guys, Max Mohan on Android.com, where we get on Android every day. Anyway, over the weekend I took the Note 8, LG V30, and the Pixel 2 to a local bar in San Francisco and took some nice low light shots. Alright, before I show you these photos, all of these photos were in auto mode, alright, for all of them. For the Pixel 2, being in auto mode means that the HDR is activated automatically. I actually took a look at the photos after I took them, and they're actually all taken HDR plus mode, which is the mode you want for low light. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go do this, baby. Alright, so first starting out, I took this photo on the street. It's a graffitied onto a garage door, obviously here, or store front door here. Let me go ahead and show you. This is the Galaxy Note 8, LG V30, and this is the Pixel 2. Now, Galaxy Note 8 and Pixel 2 have almost the exact same lens look, whereas the V30 will look slightly zoomed in. But otherwise, all three photos actually look pretty good. The Note 8 looks slightly dark. V30 looks really good. Everything's sharp. Pixel 2 looks the brightest, getting all of the details. But I couldn't say like one of them is like outrageously better than the others in these three photos. I would say in these three photos, the Pixel 2 definitely has better colors. Everything's slightly brighter. Looks really good. But the V30 and Note 8 didn't do bad either. Alright, looking at the close-up, you can see what's going on. While the V30 and the Pixel 2 picked up the blue color from the top left, the Note 8 seems to view it as sort of almost grayish. Right? And you see with the Pixel 2, you get slightly better dynamic range, more shades of gray. You can really tell the details in the letter here. Alright, but overall, I'm actually really impressed with all three cameras. Let's go to the next one here. This is where the Pixel 2 supposedly shines very well. A lot of street lighting, a lot of things going on. So this is with the Note 8, this is with the V30, and this is with the Pixel 2. Just from what I see, Note 8 doesn't look too bad. The light flares, that don't look too pretty. LG V30 light flares are a lot better, and the colors are a little bit more pinkish, I think, versus the Pixel 2. Pixel 2 looks very yellowish here. I wouldn't say, I don't know, in this photo, I would say the Note 8 and Pixel 2 did the best, followed by V30. V30 didn't do bad either, but I mean, all three photos not too bad. I mean, they're not my favorite, but let's go ahead and look at the close-up here. And you can see here the Pixel 2 doing really well, especially with the Liquor's neon sign, and especially even the lights, while the Note 8's struggling to keep that light out. The Pixel 2 is able to tone it down a little bit very easily. Now with the V30, the van got in the way, so I couldn't show you. Alright, moving on to the next photo. This is photo of the street in near pretty much complete darkness. I've got the Galaxy Note 8, LG V30, and the Pixel 2. Pixel 2 looks very bright. Note 8 and Pixel 2 looks pretty good. V30 looks a little dark. I mean, Pixel 2 really makes it bright. Now, zooming in, got some interesting results here. The V30, wow, look at that Larkin street sign. It's so clear. I think the f1.6 lens helps in situations like this. And you can see the Hotel 910 almost in the middle looks very clean. Pixel 2 looks very clean. Note 8 is having a little bit of trouble focusing. Not as good as Pixel 2 or LG V30. Alright, overall, I would have to again give this win to for Pixel 2 for overall the best photo, I think. But V30 came really close. I think V30 actually was even clearer in the zoom up shot. Alright, in this next shot, we got the Galaxy Note 8, followed by LG V30 and the Pixel 2. Again, it seems like the Pixel 2 likes to make everything a lot more brighter than all these other phones. but that can be good and bad. Now the Pixel 2 is supposed to not overexpose some of the background lights, but in this case it actually fails to expose the restaurant sign on the top left correctly. Now zooming in a little bit here, not too much difference between the three. And going back to the three photos, I would actually like the LG V30 photo the most. Although it's a little underexposed, you could actually read the sign on the top left part. So, but overall, I mean, all three cameras did pretty well. I wouldn't say one just killed another or anything like that here. All right, in this next photo, I'm trying to focus on Alhambra 2 to 3 room apartments. All right, that's what the camera is exposing the photo based on. Here's a Note 8, LG V30, sorry, it's a little bit off, and the Pixel 2. All right, Note 8, LG V30, and Pixel 2. But take a look at this close-up, and you could see here how much more of the colors the Pixel 2 picks up, while the Note 8 and V30 mostly stays in gold. Now, I'm not sure how accurate this is. I obviously didn't zoom in while I was taking photos, but I think Pixel 2 actually had the correct colors. Zooming into the left top corner where the street signs are, you can see how well the Pixel 2 exposes the photo even on the background. So that's one of the strengths of the Pixel 2 is that if you have a lot of lights in the background that might get overexposed, the Pixel 2 is able to correct that in its camera software. All right, in this next photo that will really demonstrate the powers of Pixel 2 with a lot of highlights in your photo. Here's the Note 8. Here's the V30. And here's the Pixel 2. Wow, look at this. You can actually read while the Note 8 and V30, just the fruits and vegetable neon sign gets completely washed out. While the Pixel 2 brings it automatically down so you can actually see it like in real life. So wow, this is one photo that's gonna really exemplify how good the Pixel 2 is in photos like this. In this next photo, I've got a photo of my beer. All right, that's actually a real Stella. All right, in pretty much complete darkness. All right, Note 8, V30, and Pixel 2. I actually feel like Pixel 2 is a little oversaturated here, while the Note 8 sort of bluish color. V30 maybe slightly reddish. Pixel 2 a little orangish. Yeah, I mean, all of these photos not too bad. I mean, if there was a huge difference between the low light performance between the Note 8, V30, and Pixel 2 in a shot like this, you would see a ton more noise in one of these photos. But taking a look at these photos, they're all pretty decent. I would definitely give the win to the Pixel 2. I mean, look at how much of the details you can see on the surface of the beer. That's pretty amazing. Now, zooming into the sign, you could see actually close up the LG V30. Wow, looks actually even sharper than the Pixel 2. I have to give this win to the Pixel 2. All right, one thing I do have to note, the Pixel 2 does turn sort of a white color there into bluish, while the V30 actually had it in the correct white color. All right, in this last test, I just took simply a photo of all the bottles at the bar that I was at. Here's the Note 8, LG V30, and Pixel 2. Again, in this photo, I would definitely have to give the win to the Pixel 2. Overall, very good, clean, lots of bright colors, very nicely saturated. Maybe a little bit too much saturated, but you get more details out of it. Everything looks brighter. You even get the nice light reflections off the wood on top of while the Note 8 and the V30 sort of darker. All right, zooming in is where you can really tell the difference. Where the Pixel 2, look at the colors. You can actually see the bricks, whereas the Note 8 and V30, the LED on top of the bottles sort of wash out, so you can't see the details of the bricks. But with the Pixel 2, Wow, you can actually see the colors of the brick. If you look at the Glenlivet bottle, you see the gold little circle there. You could actually see it's gold in Pixel 2 versus Note 8 and V30. It just shows it as pretty much white. Right, blowing out the highlights. All right, overall, which of these three phones is right for you? All right, if you want the ultimate best low light performance, obviously the Pixel 2, slightly better than the V30, or a lot better than the V30 and the Note 8, I think. I mean, that's not gonna be always the case. It also really depends on where you take the shots. For example, I live by the ocean, I don't live in the city, there's no street lights at night. Most of the time, it's really dark at the beach. There's actually no lights. I usually have to worry about taking photos around my house. Now, when I go out to the city in San Francisco, there's a lot of street lights. So to do these tests, I actually go to the city so I can get some lights. Now, a lot of the smartphone photography problem is that a lot of these phones overexpose in certain situations when there's a lot of light. That's where the Pixel 2 fixes the problem. Not because it has a better sensor, not because it has a better lens, because it has better processing. So basically what the Pixel 2 does is processes your photos in HDR in low light and takes all the highlights out, all the overblown highlights. Now the highlights, if you take it with the V30 or the Note 8, you may be able to take it in RAW mode and bring them down also, but that will require additional processing on your part, post-processing, which is what you don't want. So in layman's words, for those of you who just want to take a photo and make it come out right, the Pixel 2 is just going to simply kill the V30 or the Note 8 in low light situations where there's a lot of light involved in the background. Now, like I said, if you live in the country, live where there's not really a lot of lights, you don't travel much, like myself, Pixel 2's low light performance may be great, but maybe not useful because you're not using it. So just be aware of that. As far as photos in low light, not involving a lot of lights, I don't see a huge difference between these three phones. Sometimes the Note 8 does better, sometimes the V30 does better. Where the Pixel 2 really shines is being able to bring down those overexposed areas. So sort of higher dynamic range, but it's the way it processes it, not really about the sensor or anything like that. I'll also have a test of dynamic range soon with the Pixel 2 versus V30 and the Note 8, so watch out for that too. But for right now, I'm pretty satisfied with the Pixel 2. Now I will do another comparison with the original Pixel. I feel like it hasn't changed too much from the Pixel, from short tests I've done, but I gotta do, obviously, longer tests here, but I'll have a report on that too. But for right now, I'm pretty impressed with the Pixel 2. Definitely the phone to get for low light performance with a smartphone. Have a great day, and as always, stay on Android.
Click here to subscribe.